Assalamu alaikum dear students of class 8. Here is your English teacher again with new topic, and now we are going to start your T2 syllabus, term second syllabus. So firstly, you can open your books on page 71. There is a poem, very short poem, Meeting Poets. Now we are going to read and understand about this poem, what the poem is about. You can see your book. Judging one thing with reference to another is an error. This is actually what the poem wants to say us. This poem, Meeting Poets, written by Eunice D'Souza. Meeting poets, I am disconcerted sometimes by the color of their socks, the suspicious of a wig, the wasp in the voice, and an ear, sometimes dankness. Best to meet in poems, cool speckled shells in which one hears a sad but distant sea. This is a very short poem of 2 stanzas. Now I will tell you what the poem is about and what the poet wants to say us. It is actually a satirical poem or a satire by Eugène D'Souza on the pathetic appearance of poets. Firstly, satiric. What does satirical poem mean? Actually, there are so many literary devices I have told you that are used in the poems, like metaphor, simile, personification. I have already told you about them. So, one of the literary device used in the poem is style. So, style is a literary device that is used to analyze human behaviors. It is a literary device that is used to analyze human behaviors or human nature in order to make fun of or criticize them. So it is actually a poem in which poets had been criticized. So it is a satirical poem by Eugène D'Souza on the pathetic appearance of poets. Pathetic means which creates feelings of sadness, sympathy, or lack of respect in us for them. When one personally meets these poets, they find that poets are bald, wear dirty socks, and speak in a dull, heavy tone. The poet recommends knowing poets through their poems. In poems, they express more clearly than in real life. Now, if we go towards the summary of this short poem, here I will tell you this is a simple, tiny, and beautiful poem. This poem suggests and gives the message that poetry is distant from poets. As the seashells are at distance from sea, in the same way, the work of art creates a distance between itself and the artists. So, in this poem, the poet encourages the readers to pass judgment on the poets by their poetry rather than by their appearances. According to the poet, the authors, or you can say poets, are curbsome people. Curbsome people, slow people, because they are shabby. Shabby means in poor condition through long use or lack of care. They don't care about their dressings or about the personality, and or not immaculate about their, and or not worried about their dress and personality. The color of their socks and the way they wear a wig is awkward or strange. They speak with irritation or bitterness. They have an air of unpleasantness about them. Yet their poems were beautiful pieces of art. Then the poet advises that we must judge the writers or poets by their works of art because their poetry always appears beautiful, and therefore unlike them poetry is different from the appearance of poets and distant from them like sea shells from a sea, but one could hear the sea in the same shells. If we want to understand it more, we can see the poet is really confused while meeting the poets. When the poet goes to meet the poets, she is really confused. She is of the view that we cannot judge people merely by their appearances, as the reality may be something else. The poetess may be wearing shabby clothes, or they may be shabby in behavior and behave very strangely, but their art of writing may be great. Their poems may be beautiful expression, filled with bitterness and fun. The poet's voice is refined, distanced from reality, which is just the harsh or which is harsh to bear, so we cannot therefore assist them or judge them only by their appearances. Though that we cannot judge them or assess them only through their appearances. This was about the poem. If we go towards the main attractions of the poem, first one is the poet is confused because of the appearance of poets. The poet is confused because of the appearance of poets. Number second is the best way to know the poets is to know their works of art. We must know about their works of art. Number third is she compares them with sea shells in which one could hear the sea. Number four says it is the bitterness in the speech of the poets, the poetry of the poets. Writers or poets usually come up with outspoken comments which are too harsh to hear. This is what the poem is about. And if we now look at the central idea or the main theme of the poem, that is that poet is better assessed, or we can understand, or we can know more about the poet through their poems than their personality. At times, the dress, hair, or manner of speech of poet may confuse or create doubt in our minds as to their worth as poets, but it is always better to aside their looks and go through their poems. So we must always respect poets for their poetry. We must not look at the appearance of them, or you can apply it in your own life. We must not judge people on the basis of their dressing, on the basis of their color, on the basis of their hair style, or on the basis of something else. So this is what the poem is about. This was all about the poem meeting poets. So if you look on page 71, there is a glossary given. You will go through it and you will learn and understand them. So next time I will meet you again with a new topic or new lecture. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. Have a nice day.